I'm going to prove to you that you don't live on a flat earth or a round earth. You are not your body because you can observe the body. You are not your thoughts because you can observe the mind and the thoughts and the emotions. You are the observer of them all, the soul, the I am, pure awareness. And you, the I am awareness, lives inside the temple of the mind, and the mind then lives inside the physical body. That's why the side of your head is called a temple. You live inside your head, and your head or your skull is the firmament. The word firmament can be broken down into firm and ment, coming from mental or mind. Word firmament literally means a firm or a rigid, solid mind. Firmament is known for being a barrier between the physical world and the spiritual world. The soul lives in the mind, and the mind is the temple of the soul. So if the mind is not free and is stuck in limiting belief systems, believing you are only the material body, then the soul remains stuck in the mind and the body. To pass the firmament, you must free your mind and allow yourself to explore the inner worlds. You live inside your head, and your soul is observing a simulation produced by your brain and nervous system. However, the physical realm is a flat plane, but you never live inside of it. You still live in your mind. Then the mind then creates the physical body, and you are a manifestation of the universal awareness. You are the universe. Your brain looks like trees, your veins look like rivers, your face has the Fibonacci, so does your hands, so does your ears, and even your hair. 5 fingers for 5 elements, 5 points on the body for the 5 elements. Your face represents the elements. Jaw is the earth, water goes in the mouth, air goes in the nose, fire goes in the eyes, and spirit is your third eye. The Hebrew letters are your body. Yahweh flipped on its side is your body. Inhale is Yah, exhale is way. Sulfur bridges in your DNA create the word Yahweh in the Hebrew language. Kabbalah tree is on your hands. The Holy Grail is your neck and head. Your whole body looks like the Kabbalistic tree. 7 energy centers for the 7 planets. The ancients even knew this. You are a sacred being, and it's always been about you. Religion was made to hide this truth, that you are the universe experiencing itself. I don't want you to understand your power over creation. You can transform emotions. Jealousy shows you where you want to be. Anger reveals where you lack self-control. Confusion shows you where you need more knowledge. Insecurity shows you where you seek validation from others. Guilt reveals where you acted against your morals. Trust the wisdom of your emotions. The unconscious mind doesn't speak human language. It speaks to you in symbols and metaphors. Every emotion you feel is a symbol. They are doorways into your unconscious mind, and if you transform them, purify and master them, you can gain full control over your sword. Sword is the tool that you use to carve out your life, your mind. Your body is the earth, and if you don't think so, you can stay lost in the matrix. The body is a piece of technology that runs a simulation to your consciousness. We never truly encounter the external world. Everything we feel, we touch, is the brain's interpretation of electrical signals going through our nervous system. We don't hear with our ear. What we hear is our brain's interpretation of the vibration entering our ear. You touch, taste, smell, hear, and see with your brain. Reality is a simulation produced by the physical body. The mainstream media wants you to think that you are inside this universe and you are experiencing the universe. But in fact, you are the universe creating the universe right now. They want you to think reality was created and now you're just experiencing it, when in fact it's the complete opposite. Reality is not fixed, it's malleable. We, as a collective, change and generate the universe. Creation is never ending. Your mind, emotions, thoughts, all of these things exist outside of time, space, and matter. Your higher consciousness uses the body as a vessel to interact with the 3D world. This is why the occult says mind over matter, the internal world controlling the external world. Do not let the external world control you. So this image of the White House has been going viral recently for President Trump supposedly placing a Baphomet figure inside the White House. Now, I know this appears to be true, but President Trump did not do this. This has always been there before Trump became president. However, it's still interesting, but this is what's even crazier if you look at this. So this is an occult symbol. This is the Baphomet, but this is where it goes even deeper. If you look at the mirror and look below the mirror, you have your Freemasonic symbol, the double-headed eagle, an eagle looking right, an eagle looking left. This is the 33rd degree symbol for the 33rd degree Freemason, the double-headed eagle, ordo ab chaos, order out of chaos, 33. You can see the similarities here. So this is all occult symbolism. Freemasons use this symbol, which is the same symbol for Apple Store, and X when it's mirrored. This symbol is a compass on top and a square below. The square creates a square which has beginning and an end. The compass creates a circle which has no beginning and no end. If the compass is the circle, which means spirit, and square is the square, which is matter, this symbolizes spirit over matter, the compass over the square. Leonardo da Vinci was showing you that you are a spiritual being in a material body. You are an individual. You have a physical body and a non-physical body. The voice in your head and the emotions you feel are eternal, but your physical body will die. The spiritual brain is the mind. The spiritual heart is the soul. The brain and heart are physical manifestations of the mind and soul. The aim is to climb the pyramid to higher consciousness, to your true spirit self, so that you can be spirit over matter and not matter over spirit. They show you these symbols in plain sight. These people are highly enlightened individuals. You will never have power if you don't have knowledge. Knowledge is the true currency of this life. Use code 25 off for the next 12 hours. After 12 hours, it will be going down to 15% off. Porn is free because you pay with your soul. Google is free because you pay with your data. When something is free, you are the product. They have 2 O's because they're watching your data. Your phone is a digital footprint of your mind. Every text you take, every person you call, every search that you type in is being recorded in a database. Therefore, your phone is tracking the collective minds of the masses. All of our behavior is being fed into an artificial consciousness, AI. You created AI by feeding your mind into these tracking devices. AI will control everything and make you a slave. Don't let your phone be a prison for your mind. That's why it's called a cell phone. Instead, spread the word to the world by reposting these videos that I make and earn an income from your phone. Many of my affiliates have quit their job, earning freedom, making an income from their phone. It's not about the money, it doesn't exist. It's the freedom you can gain from it and live the life that you truly want to live. Click sign up, fill in the form, download my videos, and repost the videos. I made this program for you, so you can gain freedom, and so we can spread an amazing message to the world. The link is in my bio to sign up. Demon is D-mon. Mon is moon, meaning emotion. D means negative. A demon is a negative emotion, which possess your mind, body, and spirit. These entities are created by your own thought forms. You feed them by giving them mental and emotional energy. Every addiction you have is an astral entity that you have created. The more thoughts and emotions that you give to these entities, the stronger impact they have over your physical body. I, Magi Nation, you are a magician bringing thought and emotions into physical reality. You've been doing magic your whole life. The easiest way to tell if a corporation is associated with Freemasonry is called the concept of 3 and 4. McDonald's, the M is the 3 and the square is the 4, 3 and 4. Dominoes, 1, 2, 3 dots inside of a rectangle, 4 sides. The 3 and the 4 come from the Masonic square and compass. The compass has 3 points and the square creates a square which is the number 4. So this is 3 and 4. The Masons even put this in their architecture. The roof is a 3, which is the triangle, and your 4 pillars below. The 3 and the 4 is basically looking at the compass and the square. The reason why the elites are the elites and rule over the masses is because they understand this one thing: human consciousness. If you play Grand Theft Auto and you do not understand the buttons and the controller to play Grand Theft Auto, you will not get the best cars, all the money, and the penthouse. If you don't understand the buttons, you can't play the game. If you want to win the game of life, you have to understand the buttons, and the buttons to control reality is consciousness, the occult. The elites understand human consciousness to the T, and this is why they use this knowledge against people who do not understand this information. If you do not understand your mind and someone else does, they will use you. So this is why knowledge is power, and this is why I created my books. This is why I created my university, to teach you how to think, to train your mind, to master your consciousness. You don't have to go through me. There are thousands of books out there you can read and start studying this stuff. I'm just the messenger. Freemasons won't tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The masculine body is liney, symbolized by the number 1 or 1 line, and the female body is curvy, symbolizing the number 0 or circles. So this now reveals the secret behind the square and the compass. The compass is used to draw circles, and the square is used to draw. So when the conscious mind becomes conscious of the subconscious by going deep within yourself, meditating, going deep within yourself, you gain higher insight. Your conscious mind becomes conscious of the subconscious memories. This is why these are tools, because these are your tools in life. The feminine tool, the compass, is the subconscious mind, and it's on top of the square, symbolizing the subconscious mind giving orders to the conscious mind, creating your reality. You need to actively program your subconscious mind to gain mastery over your reality, because your conscious mind is taking orders. You just have to make sure that the programs in the subconscious are the correct orders you want for your life. So the book of Symbolism I wrote pretty much goes over every single occult symbol that you could possibly imagine, explaining everything into great depth. Only if humanity could understand what they are trying to show you here. This is what we call the Pegasus, and if you go to London, you'll see this symbol absolutely everywhere. It's such a mysterious symbol, but it reveals such a deep, powerful truth to every individual that can help your life. The Pegasus is not just a random mysterious symbol. We all know that the occult runs the world. Symbols rule the world. Symbols are everywhere. And by now you should understand that. But this symbol in the occult is very, very important. It's a ground animal, a horse, with an air animal, wings, a bird. And it's lifting off the ground. So in the occult, this represents man's liberation from base consciousness, ascending towards higher consciousness, from the ground to the sky, from a ground animal to an air animal, because the bird can fly above. It sees things from above. It sees things from a higher perspective. It sees the whole. Therefore, it's symbolic, going from the ground, which is low awareness, to higher awareness and higher perception of the self, reality, and the universe, and learning about the secrets of consciousness and the human psyche. We see this inside the devil. The devil is a ground animal, but then the angel has wings, because the wings represent higher self and the ground animal represents the lower self. So this is literally symbolic of the ascent of consciousness.
Can you tell me a little bit about what your people believe?
It's very hard to explain. We do not believe in any individual god or gods, but rather we believe that the soul is a non-localized phenomenon.
I'm not sure I understand what that means.
Well, if I project a beam of light at the wall, you see the light on the wall, but the wall is not the source of the light. It comes in from somewhere else. The soul is also a projection. It does not exist inside us any more than the light exists inside the wall. But this shell is the only way we can perceive it.
We believe that the universe itself is conscious in a way we can never truly understand. It is engaged in a search for meaning. So it breaks itself apart, investing its own consciousness in every form of life. We are the universe, trying to understand itself.
If you want to have an out-of-body experience, then follow the instructions that Stranger Things is giving you. The reason why 11 goes into a salt water bath, because this is just one method to dissolve the senses of the nervous system. When you dissolve the body and no longer feel the body by remaining very still, and you dissolve the mind, you enter a trance. You know that moment just before you drift off to sleep? You're half awake and half asleep. This is what you call a trance. And when you dissolve the mind and body, you connect with pure awareness. And this allows you to have an out-of-body experience, a lucid dream, or even astral projection into an astral realm. The dollar bill symbolism shows you this. If you translate these words from Latin to English, it says announcing the birth of the New World Order. If you draw a 6-pointed star above this seal, you get ASNOM. This spells the word Mason. The word Mason means to build. They're building the New World Order on the earth. This is the earth. And the New World Order is a pyramid hierarchy structure. The 10% holds the light, the truth, the knowledge, and the rest are in stone. The word mon comes from mono, which is Greek for monos, meaning single, alone, or one. EY means eye. Money literally means one eye, the one all-seeing surveillance eye, because they want a one-world government which has surveillance over everything. Water is the easiest way to cleanse yourself from negative energy. This is why when you get baptized, they dunk your head into water and they symbolically cleanse you. Because when water comes into contact with the electromagnetic field, it literally cleanses it from negative thought forms and emotional blockages. This is why when you have a shower, you not only feel physically cleaner, but you also feel emotionally and mentally cleaner. So the next time you feel like you have heavy energy around you, go and have a shower or jump in a lake. Why is it Jesus is always depicted with a halo above his head? A halo is a circle, and a circle is a cycle. The day and night is a cycle. Consciousness lives in the cycle of awake and asleep every day. Water distributes itself in a cycle from evaporation to collection. The whole universe is cyclical in nature, and you are the universe, and your mind works in cycles. The halo represents the loop and cycle of our thoughts on a daily basis. 90% of your thoughts that you thought yesterday, you will think again today. Our life is an externalization of our thought cycle. This halo represents mastering and purifying our thought cycle on a daily basis. You are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. Every night I disconnect from my thoughts and connect with my observer. This helps me disconnect from the mind and make me feel more at peace and see things with clarity. The easiest way to heal your body is by understanding you are a battery with a limited amount of energy. Every activity you engage in, the human body pulls energy out of its battery. The body uses this limited energy to breathe, to heal, to run, to talk, and digest food. The human body is encoded with self-regenerating technology. If I cut myself, it will heal automatically, just like this scar. Every time you place toxic food into the human body, it pulls energy out of the limited energy source to digest it. Because the food was unhealthy, it also uses the limited energy to fight off anything toxic within the food. The body cannot heal your disease or sickness because it's fighting off the toxins that you're placing in it every day. This is why fasting's powerful, because the energy you are using to eat and digest food is being preserved and saved. Your body knows how to heal, so that energy you are using to digest will then be sent to healing any problems. Before I fast, I like to do 2 weeks on fruit only and juices to cleanse the body of toxins. Once the body's cleansed, I will then fast. I like to repeat this cycle anytime I have any problems, and it heals my body. Quite scary when you realize the real reason why they're destroying these ancient temples and rebuilding the buildings with no detail and just minimal designs in architecture. It's not because they're trying to remove history, it's far more deeper. When we enter a space like an ancient cathedral, temple, or a historic building, the brain is stimulated on many levels at once. Intricate carvings, layered geometry, symbolic imagery, light filtering through stained glass, and balanced proportions all give the brain information to process. This activates memory, emotion, spatial awareness, and pattern recognition at the same time, increasing overall brain activity and engagement. These environments encourage curiosity, focus, and even a sense of awe, which strengthens neural connections. This is how powerful these buildings are, rich with details. However, on the other side, new architecture, which is very minimal, has flat surfaces, empty walls, uniform design, gives the brain little to interact with. Over time, constant exposure to spaces with low visual complexity can reduce brain stimulation, dull attention, and weaken the brain's ability to process details and nuance. The brain adapts to what it is given. When it is regularly fed with richness, symbolism, and complexity, it stays sharp and responsive. So this is the real reason they're trying to dull you down by putting you in dull environments. Mental environment, it's all mental. All has an effect on your mind. If I lost everything tomorrow, no finances, no knowledge, no understanding of creating reality, and I wanted to create my dream desired world, the first thing I would study and apply is the seed of life. They don't just call it the seed of life because it sounds cool. It's called the seed of life because it literally is the blueprint of creation, of how a seed turns into a flower, how nothingness turns into something. Before anything else, you're going to want to come back to this video. Save the video. Now here's the truth that changes your life. These circles are not just for design, they represent 8 significant laws that govern your consciousness. The circle that surrounds the flower of life represents the law of mentalism. Everything is mind. All physical creation is a thought before it's a tangible physical object. All of the laws that come after this first law all correspond to the mind. For example, the second law is vibration. Every thought produces a vibration. If you think negatively, you will receive thoughts that are on that similar frequency. If you think about business, you will receive thoughts around business, which comes to the third law, correspondence. Whatever you think about in your mind is reflected outwardly in your reality, correspondence, which then links to rhythm, the law that no one really uses but is very powerful. The mind works in rhythms, loops, cycles. The 90% of the thoughts you thought yesterday, you will think again today. Your life is an external manifestation of the thought loop that you are in. To produce a new reality, you have to end the old cycle of thoughts and produce a new cycle of thoughts. The subconscious mind responds to rhythm. It programs what you repeat. Believe and feel the reality you want to impress that belief in your subconscious. The next law is polarity. The mind is dual. If you experience something, the experience is neutral. It's your mind's perception on how you perceive it. If something bad happens to you, you can transform your mindset from a negative state into a positive and see how you can use this negative event to transform you and better yourself. Cause and effect is one of the greatest laws. If I make a decision, I always say to myself, what is the effect of this cause? If the effect is not going to push me towards my dream reality, I don't take the action. I only take actions where I know the effect is going to push me towards my goal. Care. This is the law of care. You have to care in order to take action. You only act on what you care about or what you love and desire. You have to generate an emotion towards that reality you're working on. These 8 circles, these 8 laws all come together and combine to create the flower, which is a material reality. These laws are governing your actions, your thoughts and emotions, and they crystallize your experience. Your job is to become conscious of these laws and actually work with them. The most intelligent thing, power to authority. I'm not trying to make you scared, but we should see this. So have you ever noticed that the dollar bill has an omega? But what does this mean for the dollar bill? Well, the omega is the last letter of the Greek alphabet. So you have alpha and omega, which represents beginning and end. So this means the end. And the end of what? Well, the dollar bill, which is fiat currency. So it's just symbolizing that this is going to be the last physical fiat currency before everything resets to digital. So they've been telling you this for years. It's just hidden in symbolism that this is going to be the end. Why is it Freemasons are obsessed with the colour blue? Even the first 3 degrees of Freemasonry are called the Blue Lodge degrees. Colour blue symbolises the sky, and it's even present in the ceiling of the lodge. Freemasons understand when the human brain looks at the sky, it has psychological effects. Looking at the sky opens our minds. It draws our awareness beyond personal self and provokes deep thinking. When we gaze at the sky, there is a natural instinct that arises within us. We begin to question, where are we? Who are we? What is life? And what is this world? This is exactly what Masonry and occultism encourages, expanding the mind and opening it to more awareness, more light, and developing the ability to think critically. This symbolism even extends into Hinduism, with Vishnu and Krishna with blue skin. Blue symbolizes the mind opening up to the deeper mysteries and questions of life. Next time you want to have deep thought and gain secret wisdom about life, simply look up at the sky and your mind will start to expand and think a lot deeper, leading to more spiritual awakenings. They'll teach you English, they'll teach you Spanish, they'll teach you any language you wish. But what they'll never teach you is the language of occult symbolism. Jews do not run the world. The Freemasons do not run the world. It's much darker than that. If you know their name, their organization, their family, if you know anything about them, I'm sorry to break it to you, but they do not run the world. The true people who run this world will be unknown by every member of the public, and probably not even known by the people who play a role in this massive system. Everyone you see on the main stage is simply just a puppet, a part of the engine to make the system run. Don't get lost in these conspiracies. Use your time and attention wisely. They are your 2 spiritual currencies. Use your time and attention to better yourself, to understand the mysteries of the universe on yourself. Don't get lost in these dark rabbit holes. They lead you nowhere. Love and light to you all. Take care. Jesus is not God. Allah is not God. If you think that religion is not a part of this control system that seeks to control you every day of your life, then think again. Religion is the most important thing to control the human species. The truth is, they made you believe in religion to externalize your power, so that you remain unaware that you are a creator of reality. Each one of us, as humanity, contributes towards the building project on the earth through our 3 emotional powers, our thoughts, emotions, and actions. The ancients were telling this through symbolism. If you go and look at the ancient paintings, they're showing you this is all human anatomy. This is all the human brain. Because they understand that God is consciousness. Consciousness is the creative force in the universe, and all physical matter responds to consciousness. That's why the side of your head is called a temple. Because you are God. You are the Temple of Solomon. Believing in an external God externalizes your power. But the truth is, no one's coming to save us. We have to build our own freedom. We're either building our prison or freedom, people. We have to wake up.